Before Istanbul was the seat of power for the Ottoman sultans, it was first the city of the Roman emperors. Founded during the 300s AD, during the reign of Constantine the Great, the city of Istanbul, or historically known as Constantinople, would quickly become one of the largest and most influential cities not only in Europe but the entire world. During Roman rule, major infrastructure and building projects were conducted in the city by the various emperors of the empire, most famous of which were the city's Grand Hippodrome, home to the grandiose chariot races, and the Great Palace, home to the Roman and later Byzantine imperial families. However, during the long decline of the later Byzantine Empire and the Fourth Crusade, which saw the sack of Constantinople by the Latins, these two landmarks of the city would slowly come into disrepair and would be left in ruins by the time of the Ottoman conquest in 1453. After his conquest of Constantinople, Ottoman Sultan Mehmed II would begin a massive mega project to rebuild the city, and in the case of the Great Palace and Hippodrome, both buildings were demolished to make room for a new town square and Ottoman housing. Later dubbed the Ottoman, the town square would be home to countless holiday and military parades during the many centuries of Ottoman history. During the reign of Ahmet I in the 17th century, the massive Sultanahmet Mosque, later dubbed the Blue Mosque, would be constructed on the site of the old Byzantine Great Palace. Due to the immense physical presence of the mosque on the locals of Constantinople, over time the square would be later known as the Sultanahmet Square, the current name it holds today. As you approach Hagia Sophia from the west side of the building, you are encountered by an old Byzantine monument called the MILION stone, and it was a monument that was erected during the early 4th century AD during the founding of Constantinople. It served as a Byzantine 0-mile marker, the starting place for the measurement of all distances for the roads leading to the cities of the Byzantine Empire. Even though it had survived the Fourth Crusade and the Ottoman conquest of the city, the monument had disappeared by the start of the 16th century. Only a single pillar of the monument remains with us today. As you go along the Sultanahmet Square, you are once again encountered by another monument, this time the German Fountain. The monument was dedicated to the German Emperor Wilhelm II's visit to Constantinople in 1898, and the monument itself would symbolize the Ottoman-German alliance that was formed during the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Within the dome of the monument, you can see the monograms of both Wilhelm II of Germany and Abdülhamit II of the Ottoman Empire. Beyond the German fountain, you are encountered by another monument, this time the Obelisk of Theodosius. The obelisk itself was originally set up by Thutmose III of the 18th dynasty of Egypt. However, the obelisk itself would be transported to Constantinople during the reign of Theodosius the Great. On the marble pedestal of the obelisk, there are multiple Roman-based reliefs highlighting the erection of the obelisk in Constantinople and various scenes from the reign of Theodosius the Great. In the middle of the Sultanahmet Square lies the Serpent Column. Originally from the temple at Delphi, the monument was transported to Constantinople by the orders of Constantine the Great during the 300s AD. It was originally built to commemorate the Greeks who fought and defeated the Persian Empire at the Battle of Plataea in 479 BC. Unfortunately, by the end of the 17th century, all three heads of the Serpent Column were destroyed, and the column itself was transformed into a water fountain. Further up is the walled obelisk. Built during the 4th century during the reign of Theodosius the Great, the obelisk was renovated by Constantine VII and his son, and it was covered with bronze plates. Unfortunately, during the Fourth Crusade, the bronze plates of the obelisk were stolen by the Latin invaders. However, during the Ottoman period, the obelisk would sustain heavy damage caused by the major earthquakes of the region, and the fact that the young janissaries of the city often climbed the structure as a way to showcase their physical prowess to their fellow companions. If you enjoyed this video, please like the video and share a comment down below. This has been Ege Gunesh from the Ottoman History Hub, signing out.